here today, and good luck in your portfolios. I appreciate the opportunity to focus on the Housing Commission report and housing today, and I agree with the view of the Commission that we cannot take a one-size-fits-all approach to housing delivery, and that we need a critical mass of social, affordable and cost rental. And I'll put forward my own view about how we go about that. If we want communities to stop pushing back on planning applications for apartments, we have to make them available to everyone in those communities. Now, I understand why apartments have been bulk bought by private funds or bulk funded from state funding. Financing apartments is very different from financing houses. Upfront funding is required, and how in turn that has led to larger swathes of build-to-rent and opportunities for larger approved housing bodies. But I still believe in the principle and the benefits of mixed tenure for stronger and integrated communities. And I think we have to get better at delivering that through apartments as well as housing developments in local communities. There were 4,005 dwelling completions across 3 electoral areas in Dublin West in the last 5 years, and in Castleknock LEA, where there have been 689 dwelling completions, 2 build-to-rent complexes stand 2.7 kilometres apart, called Balroy Hall and New Clonsilla, comprising 403 apartments in total, with prices from $1,695 for a studio to $3,274 for a 3-bedroom apartment. So we don't need any more build-to-rent in what is a compact area where there is huge demand for other types of housing. We're also putting more money than ever into public housing and housing activation. And while we focus on activating the 50,000 apartments that have planning permission and ensuring a future pipeline of supply, can we also talk about how we ensure those apartments are available to buy and rent, available for cost rental and affordable purchase, and for all types of social housing for all kinds of people who need it, including smaller AHBs, housing for older people and disabilities. So one size fits all does not work for sustainable community development, whether that's Clonsilla, Ongar, Castleknock, Hollystown or Turlestown. As the report states, housing stock must be responsive to needs, the right type, in the right location and right volume. And at the moment, I'm not sure if housing types and housing tenure are being measured or monitored enough at local level, and our planning authorities could get much more involved in ensuring tenure mix. The Commission's report refers to the timely integrated delivery of infrastructure as the basic foundations for housing, and again I agree. The Government is setting up a new Strategic Housing Initiative Office as recommended by the Commission and publishing the National Planning Framework to allow the zoning of more land. But we have to move faster on land zoned for housing. Dunsink lands in Dublin West are designated as a long-term strategy reserve and require the preparation of a local statutory plan. But Fingal County Council has indicated slow timelines for progress. And I understand this is a detailed and complex analysis and work that requires costings, but we have to be able to prioritise strategically important land banks suitable for housing within the M50 in proximity to road and rail infrastructure that could provide up to 7,000 housing units. And we have to ensure that as our housing targets grow, so do our transport infrastructure, our childcare places, disability services and schools, with functioning forward planning data based on our local area instead of national trends. For another day, perhaps, Minister, but a review of the childcare guidelines for local authorities is past urgent. The decision to move a new school in temporary accommodation in Barnwell in Dublin 15 outside of its catchment to an entirely new area of Dublin 15, even though that land is zoned for nearly 3,000 homes, seems illogical, and plans to close off level crossings across railway lines to traffic in residential areas without a comprehensive traffic management plan may need additional work. So as the report states, we need greater collaboration and coordination for infrastructure, or places like Dublin West will continue to fall victim to piecemeal development and patchwork infrastructure. Thank you.